Hi guys, welcome back to GCSE Maths Attack. In today's lesson, we are going to go over percentages increase and percentages decrease. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, increase 130 by 20%. Now, the way to do this question is to just think about the bar model. So you have a bar. Now, the bar is worth 100% because percentages are out of 100. Now, the question states it's going to be an increase. Now, the increase is going to be by 20%. So you're going to add 20%. Okay, so now in total, the bar length is going to be 100% plus 20%, which is 120%. So you know that the 100% of 130 is going to be 130. You need to work out 20% of 130 because you're adding that on. So let's do the easiest percentage, which is 10% of 130, and that is 13. Now you need to work out 20% of 130, which is times that by 2. So times 13 by 2, and that will give you 26. So you're going to add 26. Now what you're going to do is 130 plus 26, and if you do that calculation, you should get 156. So the answer to this question is 156 pounds. That's one way to answer this question. Now this is a non-calculator way of answering this question, so the non-calculator way. Now I'm going to teach you a calculator way. Now in order to do this in a calculator, you need to work out a multiplier. Now how do I work out a multiplier? Like I said, percentages are out of 100%. I'm going to increase this by 20, which means in total we have 120%. This is a percentage. I need to change this into a decimal. Okay, so if I'm going to go for percentages to a decimal, I know percentages out of 100, so I'm going to divide my answer by 100. That means I get 1.2. Now my multiplier is actually 1.2. So what does this mean for me? Well, that basically means all I'm going to do is get my original answer, which is 130, and I'm going to multiply it by my multiplier, which is 1.2. If I stick that in my calculator, I should get 156. Now, I don't necessarily have to draw a bar. The only reason I drew a bar is for visual representation. Some students don't need to draw a bar. If you're able to see without the bar model, then that's fine. In today's lesson, we are going to focus on calculator questions. So, we're going to use a calculator to answer this question. Now, like I said, in order to do this question using a calculator, we need to first work out the multiplier. So, a bar is worth 100%. I'm going to increase the bar by 45%, so just more than halfway. Less than halfway. So that is going to be 45%. So in total, I have 100% plus 45%, which gives me in total 145%. That's not my multiplier. I need to change 145% into my multiplier. So I need to divide it by 100 because that will give me a decimal format of 145%. So that will be 1.45. Now this 1.45 is a multiplier. So I'm going to get my 130 and I'm going to times it by 1.45. And if I put that in my calculator, I should get 188.50. So 188.50 would be my answer. You don't necessarily have to draw a bar model. This is just a visual representation. Some students are able to see this without drawing a bar. This time we're asked to decrease 40 by 15%. So what do you think will happen to our multiplier now? Have a little think. So we have a bar. Now we know a percentage is out of 100. So this is 100. This is 40, and the bar is worth 100%. We're now going to decrease 15%, which basically means we're going to knock off 15%. Okay, so we're going to subtract 15%. So what we're doing is 100% subtract 15%, which now means we have 85% of the bar left. So this part over here is 85%. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to change this into our multiplier. So in order to change a percentage into a multiplier, I must divide by 100. So this gives me 0.85. So my multiplier is 0.85. Now I'm going to get my original answer, which is 40, and I'm going to times it by 0.85. And if I put that in my calculator, I should get 34. And it makes sense because it's been decreased. Decrease 40 by 75%. Have a go at this question. Okay, so I'm going to quickly draw my bar. I know that my bar is worth 100%. I know that the total of my bar is 40. I'm now going to subtract 75%, which means I'm just going to be left with a quarter. So I'm just going to subtract that and knock it out. So I'm going to knock this much out. That means I'm now left with 25%. Now I'm left with 25%, but I need to change that into a multiplier. So that means I'm going to divide by 100. I get 0.25. So we're going to do 40 times 0.25. Okay, so if I do that and I place that in my calculator, I should get 10. Right guys, pause the video and have a go at these questions. Remember, you don't necessarily have to draw a bar model, but if you are struggling, please do draw a bar model. If not, just put these into your calculator. Go. So find the multipliers of the following. Increase 80 by 10%. So in order to do that, I need to first work out my multiplier. I'm going to do 100%. Because it's an increase, I'm going to add 10%, which means it's going to be 110%. And then I'm going to divide that by 100. So 110 divided by 100, which means it's going to be 1.1, and that's my multiplier. So what I'm going to do is 180 times 1.1. If I place that in my calculator, that's going to be 198. Next question, so question number 2, increase 400 by 15%. So you've got 15%, add 100, 115%. Now I'm going to work out my multiplier, 115 divided by 100, which means it's going to be 1.15. So you've got 400 times 1.15. If I multiply those two together, right, so if I do 400 times 1.15, I should get 460. So my answer is 460. The next question, decrease 500 by 35. So I have 100%, subtract 35%, and I am left with 65%. And now what I'm going to do is 65%, and I'm going to divide that by 100, which is 0.65. So what I'm going to do is 500 times 0.65, and my answer should be 325. So well done if you've got this question correct. A new TV is priced at £320. In a sale, it's reduced by 45%. Calculate the sale price. Pause the video and have a go at this question. Okay guys, so you're told that the price of a TV is £320. Now it's going to reduce in a sale by 45%. Now reduce means decrease, okay? So it's a percentage decrease. You have 100% and you're going to subtract 45%. Now if you're going to subtract these two, you've got 100 subtract 45, you're left with 55%. So you need to work out your multiplier. So you've got 55 divided by 100, which is 0.55. And what you're going to do is 320 times 0.55. If you place that in your calculator, you should get 176. Okay guys, so here's some more wordy question. Please pause the video and have a go at these questions. Okay guys, let's begin. A carton of orange juice contains 540 milliliters. A special offer carton contains extra 35%. How many milliliters of orange juice are there in the special offer cartons? So, if you saw this part here, extra, that should be ringing a bell in your brains. This is a percentage increase. Okay, so let's work out a multiplier. 100% plus 35% equals 135%. Now what you're going to do to your 135%, you're going to divide that by 100, which gives you 1.35. So your multiplier is 1.35. So you're going to do 540 times 1.35. If you place that in your calculator, you should get 129. A vintage car was bought for 9,400. Since then, the value of the car has decreased by 29%. Calculate the value of the car. You have 100%. You're going to decrease it by 29%, which basically means you're left with 71%. You need to work out your multiplier. So you need to divide 71 by 100, which is 0.71. So what you're going to do now is 9,400 times 0.71. If you place that in your calculator, you should get 6,674. Right guys, thank you for getting this far to my video. If you did like my video, please do leave a like, please do share, and please do comment. Thank you very much.